Howdy folks. There's a reason that hard stuff brings incredible breakthroughs if we let it. And we're going into a massive recession at the moment. It is August 2022, if you're watching this video at another time because it's still hanging around on YouTube or whatever. There'll be something similar going on at some point, so it's all relevant. And people are resisting it, and people are saying it shouldn't be this way, and people are saying it's hard, and people are saying it's really difficult and that it's not fair, and all of those things. I mean, just have a look for yourself. What comes up for you when your fuel bills, your energy bills, doubling overnight and will again in October, and then in January again they'll go up? What do you say about that? And yes, we have to acknowledge the suck. We have to go, this isn't fair, this isn't hard, like as an instant reaction, sure, but staying there is disempowering. And not acknowledging the amazing that a recession brings, and that hard brings, and that war brings. The war in Ukraine is horrific, and as much horrific as we get, we'll get much amazingness if we're still all alive. It could end dreadfully for the human race. It might be peaceful for the world to have us not all over it anymore, using up resources faster than they can be made at a rate that's almost unimaginable. And so the reason I want to do this video, and the thing I want you to think about if you're dealing with hard at the moment, is to look for why is it happening, and is it a good thing, and how is it a good thing? Or just consider that it is a good thing and then look for why. And I'm going to share my reasons why I think it's great, even though it's hard. And I'm dealing with some stuff at the moment. I've got business growth that is I'm going to say unimaginable, and I've got stuff going on that is really challenging. It's a chosen challenge, right? So I'm kind of embracing it, and also I'm really tired and struggling in the midst and the melee of it, but I know when I come out the other side it's going to be amazing. And the reason recessions are great is they wake us up. They wake us up, me included. I'm financially pretty stable as people go. I teach the stuff, it's still woken me up. I still realised, oh look, I use my tumble dryer loads when I don't need to. I could hang the washing out on the line, and the fuel price going up as much as it has, I'm like, I'm going to use the line, because before I had a story called my time is more valuable, so it's better to use the tumble dryer than spend the time hanging it up on the line. And then it got expensive, or more expensive, and I thought actually hanging it up on the line is a good thing, and actually it's better for the planet, because the sun's happening anyway and the heating's on anyway in the winter, so I'm not actually using any extra energy to dry those clothes. So when it comes to finances, we go to sleep. We spend money that we don't have. We use money in a way that we don't take care of it. I loved my podcast with Paul Fosh. If you don't know who Paul Fosh is and you haven't heard him, he's the main South Wales auctioneer, and just a wise man. And he was talking about taking care of money. And usually before recessions, when the going's good, we don't take care of money. We just waste it. We lose it. We frivolously buy things, we spend it on things we don't really need, we don't keep a buffer, we don't save any, we don't have any intention around it. And I'm talking general. Look, if you're listening to this going, well, I do all that, it's great, how could you up level that, how could you do more and better? But in the main, society, which is why we're in such a pickle, doesn't look after money, doesn't take care of it, doesn't love it, doesn't look after it. And then when prices go up, we all panic, because we were already living at the edge of our existence. We were already struggling, even though there's no need to struggle. And the struggle was because we were asleep, not because actually there's a struggle. And if you're listening to this going, no, really, I've cut everything I can cut, and it really is struggle, I hear you, and I have huge compassion for you. And guess what? There's more you can do. And this recession will show you that. Even if you think you're at the edge already and that this really isn't fair for you, and it's all right for others who are wasting money on stuff that they don't really need and they can live without, and you're not doing that, this recession will show you another way. It'll show you how to earn more money. It'll show you how to make more money. It'll show you how to create more money. It'll show you different ways of being that will have you unimaginably changed at the end of it. Or you can give up. You can give up, right? You can just go, no, this is the end. This is the end of me, I can't do it. But I wouldn't recommend that, because you're still going to have to deal with all of the stuff you've got to deal with. So it's all a bit doomy and gloomy today, and it's on purpose. When we have the doom and gloom, we get the perspective of how much we have, how lucky we are, how amazing the world is. Do we care to look? and it wakes us up from being lazy and asleep. And that's what recessions do. They make our businesses leaner. They make us stop wasting things. They make us realize what's important. They make us get that resources are sometimes finite, like oil and gas. And we go, ooh, what else is there? Trouble and strife is a good thing when it's seen as a good thing and utilized, and we change the way we be, and we do different things, and we embrace it and we accept it. Non-acceptance of struggle is the first thing to deal with. You've got to accept what is to then go, right, okay, how do we change this? If you're stuck fighting this situation, whatever it is that you're in right now, if you're stuck fighting it, accept it. Go, okay, this is the way it is. This is what the fuel price is. This is how much I earn. This is the situation. This is the what so. Take everything else out, just deal with the what so. How much do you owe? How much do you earn? How much does it cost to live every month? How much money do you have or not have? And then you can start to deal powerfully with the situation, rather than being willfully blind to it and avoiding it and ignoring it and staying away from it. I've got people coming on my Money Mastermind course starting in September who technically can't afford it. But hey, guess what? They can't afford not to do it, because something has to change. And if we do the same thing we've always done, we'll get the same result we've always got. So we have to do something different. We have to find different ways, different people to follow, different ideas, different perspectives, different ways of doing things. If you stay stuck in your own mind about how this doesn't work, guess what? You're going to get more of the same. It's time to do something different. And this recession is that sign. This recession is inviting all of us to grow. This war is inviting all of us to grow. How many of your friends and family do you actually not get on with? How at war are you with individuals in your life? What's happening with your money? It's time for all of us to up level. It's time for all of us to start living a life that works, being responsible for everything. Every relationship, every pound, every penny that comes anywhere near us, every pound and penny that we potentially waste when we throw away those crusts of bread because no one wants to eat them. It's perfectly good food. We just chuck it out like that's just normal. It's not normal. We waste so much and there's no need. And we're living in massive expansion. The saying money doesn't grow on trees is hilarious, because actually, well, it doesn't anymore. It's made of plastic, and it's just created. The whole thing's made up, and we get to choose how we play the game. There's rules of the game of money. There's rules of the game of life. There's rules of the game of relationships. Once we understand the game and we know the game, we can radically change any situation we're in. So if this is resonating with you and you're going, do you know what? I've had a fucking guts full of my life and what's happening, and I've had a guts full of my financial situation being the same every year, or worse every year, like the same sort of thing, but actually the figures are getting bigger and the debt's getting more and the things getting harder, then let this be the time that you stop. Let this be the time that you find a coach, read a book, come work with me on my Money Mastermind. I've got 5 places left starting in September. Normally I close in July. If you're listening to this and going, fuck, I just got to change something, then come and talk to me about it. And if you haven't got any money, you're going, I can't afford it, come and talk to me anyway. You'll be amazed at what you can do. You'll be amazed with coaching and looking and changing the way you deal with things, what you can do. Don't stay stuck. Don't stay fighting. Don't stay in non-acceptance. Allow this recession, this war, this time in history to be your biggest teacher. Allow this time in history to be the time that you say, no more, I'm in charge of my life. And I'm going to say how it goes. And I'm going to find the people and the ways and the books and the coaches and all of that to make a difference and to be different and have my life work. Big, massive, huge love. If you're struggling and you're listening to this, I have more compassion than you'll ever imagine for you. I've been there. I've been through shit times. All of it. Divorce, brother dying, losing money, being in debt. You name it. It's all there. I get it. I've been there and I'm out the other side of it. And I know what's possible. So stop believing that it's not possible and come and find a new way of doing it. Big love.